YouTube, this your girl Juanita Franklin coming to you guys with another video on today. But before I get into what this video is about, I hope all is well with everyone. I hope everybody is doing what it takes to keep themselves safe from this coronavirus, the COVID-19 that's going around. I hope everybody's finding joy, happiness, love, and peace in your lives. I hope everybody is doing well. Anyway, without further ado, now I can tell you guys what this video is about. Well, it's about multiple things. The first thing about it's a story time. Giving you guys an update on the reason my daughter ended up in the hospital this week. And also, I'm doing a breakfast mukbang with you guys. And also give you guys an update on what's going on with my daughter while she's in the hospital. Okay, guys, so I'm going to open up my food. I got some breakfast from McDonald's, guys. So I'm doing a breakfast mukbang. So I'm gonna open up this big McDonald's bag right here that you guys can see. I'm gonna open it up. Just getting my food out here. I bought some McDonald's breakfast. I want to do a breakfast mukbang because I never did a breakfast mukbang before. Oh, I got me some coffee. It's supposed to be caramel iced coffee. Probably need to shake it up or something. This caramel iced coffee, guys. I don't know why it's looking like this. Let me stir, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. That's right, make it look right. Okay, there we go. Now it's looking like it's supposed to look. Okay, and get my breakfast out of here. These must be the condiments. Napkins. Okay, the straw for my iced coffee. And I got me a big breakfast, guys. A big breakfast. A big breakfast, you know. Wait a minute. Oh, I just say, where's my sausages? It's supposed to be some sausages up in here, guys. There go my hash brown right here. I almost can see my sausage. I'm like, where's my sausage that supposed to come with? I'm going to call McDonald's. Yes, I will. Okay, because I paid for this food. Okay, so let me put the straw up in here. Let's put the straw up in here with iced coffee. And then, let's give me some condiments. Yep, they gave me some grape jam. And I don't care about the salt and pepper because I'm hypertension, so I can't be eating all that sodium. No way. Okay, guys, give me a second. Let me give me a fork or spoon or something. So they didn't give me no. Wait a minute, they didn't even give me no forks and spoons or nothing. They just want to give me plastic forks and spoons or knives or something to go with this. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me go get some forks and stuff. Okay, guys, I got me a knife and a spoon. They didn't give me no type of spoon, fork, knife, none of that for this breakfast. So I'm gonna open up. Just got me a little something because I really wasn't even that hungry this morning. So I move the eggs out of the way. Put the hash brown on here. And this is how the breakfast look, guys. You got the sausages, the hash brown, the biscuit, and the eggs. And I'm gonna cut this biscuit in half and put some jam on it. They didn't give me no butter. What is going on, McDonald's? They not on their A game. They not on their job because they literally didn't even give me no butter to put on my biscuits. You know, the buttery biscuits, they're so good. Okay. I think they gave me some salt for the eggs and stuff, but I'm not gonna season these eggs. So like I said, I have hypertension. I'm on high blood pressure pills. I'm not gonna put no salty stuff on my food because food. I know you guys probably know you don't have to put sodium on your food all the time because some food, when you buy it, it already has sodium in it. And so when you add more sodium on top of it, it's just, it's just more. That's too much sodium that's going in your body. And yeah, it'll be too much sodium going inside of your body. So I'm gonna take this sausage, I'm gonna make me a sausage, egg, and biscuit sandwich out of this and eat it with my hash brown. Okay. So I got the sausage and egg biscuit sandwiches. Okay, so y'all want to chit chat with you guys, give you guys, I'm doing this story time today. And give you guys an update on how my daughter's doing. First I want to tell you guys how my daughter ended up in the hospital this week. Okay. For the last 2 or 3 weeks, my daughter had been very agitated. And she's, as you guys know, she's autistic. She has autistic spectrum disorder, so she's been diagnosed with autistic and autism. So yeah, and she for the last 2 or 3 weeks she's been very agitated, crying a lot, and she was so agitated she wouldn't even sleep at night, guys. My daughter lost literally like she losing 2 or 3 nights of sleep. She's so agitated she couldn't sleep. And so she had been going back and forth from my house to my youngest daughter's house. And my daughter was calling me, telling me that she wouldn't sleep. She was standing up all night, crying and stuff. And so my daughter brought her home. I think it was last Friday or Saturday, something like that. She brought her home, and she got here and did the same thing. She was crying a lot, very agitated. She was so agitated she wouldn't even sleep. She would literally just sit up all night in her bed and would not lay down and go to sleep. I tried to make her go to sleep and she wouldn't. Then she was crying and she started spitting a lot. That's what worried me. When she started really spitting, when she was losing sleep, it worried. When she lost sleep, it worried me. She kept crying, it worried me, and when she started spitting a lot, that worried me. Because when an autistic person, a disabled person, spit a lot, it could be coming from their brains. That could be going on with their brains. An autistic person not supposed to spit a lot like that. So that's when I got scared and started thinking something was not right. Something not right with my daughter, because she have not been spitting, losing 2 or 3 nights of sleep. She's so agitated she couldn't sleep. All she did was just crying off and on the whole night. I was losing sleep. My kids was losing sleep. So I got to the point she was crying so much I had to take her to the emergency room. So then she was spitting, so she started spitting more and more and more. So it was scaring me. I said, something is not right. This is not normal for her to be spitting like that. So I took her to, I called the ambulance, took her to the emergency room. When I got there, the doctor was like, I'm glad you brought her in because she can't keep going on like this. And he said something about, the nurse was saying something about a decline in her health, or it could decline her health, or decline her health. They said something about her health. And so they checked the vitals, and different doctors and nurses was coming in the room, to examine her and all that, and talk to me, asking me questions. And so one nurse was like, she can't keep losing all that sleep. At this point, she needs to be hospitalized. And they was like, her spitting like that, so agitated she can't sleep, losing 2 or 3 nights in a row worth sleep, that's not healthy. She's already autistic. We need to get to the bottom of what's going on with her. And it was like, and one nurse was like, a mother be knowing when something's not right with their kids. A mother be knowing when their kids need medical attention. They's like, I'm glad you brought it in because you knew something was not right. I said, exactly. I said, I definitely knew something was right because this is not her normal routine and this is not like her. Something's not right. For her to be spitting like that, like she's spitting a lot, guys. She's spitting so much it was scaring me. And she was crying a lot. She's crying a lot, spitting a lot. Acting like something was bothering her. And then she was so agitated, she wouldn't even lay down in the bed to attempt to try to go to sleep. She was losing all her sleep. And so the hospital called around. The emergency room said, you know what, we're gonna admit her in the hospital because she needs some tests to be ran on her, and she needs some treatment because she can't keep going on like this. This is not healthy. And so the nurse said we're gonna call around to different hospitals and get a hospital to admit her in so she can get the treatment she needs, some deep therapy, and and get back to the routine of getting her normal sleep, you know. And I was like, why she spitting like that? That spitting come from her brains. It's scaring me. Why she spitting like crazy? I said, is it from her brains? Like that. So the doctor was like, no, one of the nurses was like, no, I don't think it's from her brains. And I said, you sure? And then it's like, well, we're going to call around different hospitals to get somebody to admit her in because they were trying to find a hospital that specializes in autistic adults like my daughter, to admit her in so they can run all type of tests, get to the bottom of what's wrong with her, and treat her for it, and get her back to sleeping, not being agitated, not doing all that crying and stuff like that. And so they found the hospital. They made an appointment for me to take her on Monday, and when I took her Monday, they admitted her in, guys. So they admitted her in, and now she's back in there. And so I was feeling real down the last couple of days. Like yesterday and the other day, I was feeling real down because I called up to the hospital to check on my daughter, and and they said she was still sleeping because she had a rough night the night before. And I'm like, what you mean she had a rough night? They was like, she did a lot of crying and she was very agitated and stuff like that. So I was like, really? So they was like, they gave her some, I think they sedated her or something. I think they sedated her and she was still sleeping. And then the dietitian called me the other day. The dietitian was like, your daughter's spitting out her food. She was like, has she been spitting out her food at home? And I said, no, she have not been spitting out her food. She been spitting, but not when she eat, you know. She ain't been spitting out her food. So they was like, is this a new behavior of hers or what? I said, it's definitely a new behavior because she have not been spitting out her food at home. So they was like, okay, well, we're going to look into that. I said, okay. So then the doctor turned around. My daughter's doctor turned around and called me yesterday right after I hung up. I'm talking to the nurse, and the nurse said she didn't have a good night the night before. So her doctor was like, talking to me about what was going on with her. And he also saying she had a bad night. 12 o'clock the other night, she was crying a lot. She was very agitated and stuff like that. He was just telling me different stuff. And then he turned around and said, would you like to put your daughter in a group home? I was like, huh? He said, would you like to put your daughter in a group home? And I'm like, what is a group home? He said, they got group homes out here that you could put your daughter in. It'd be like 8 people that live there. She would have somebody there with her 24 hours, 7 days a week, giving her medicine, and helping taking care of her. And I was like, wait a minute, you trying to put her in this place for good or temporary? Then he said, well, it's up to you. If you want her to stay for good or do you want her to stay temporary, you can go and visit her. You can pick her, bring her home on weekends and stuff like that. And I said, wait a minute, a group home? And I said, you know what? Let me think about all this stuff you're telling me. And then he said, okay. He said, you don't have to if you don't want to now because you're the parent. And I said, okay, let me think about all this stuff that you're telling me. And he said, okay. So he said, well, she's going to be here till next week. Through the weekend until next week. And we're going to let her come home next week. And I said, okay. Then he hung up the phone. And then I just started feeling so sad and so down. And then I started crying because they were telling me she had a rough night the other night up in there. So they hurted me. So I started crying. So I'm like, man, my poor baby, you know. And so I started crying. You know, because no mother wants to see their kids go through nothing like that. So they hurted me. And so my other kids called me. We always on speakerphone. And I was telling them what the doctor said at the hospital. And they was like, no, Mom, don't let her go. Which I wasn't going to let her go no way. I mean, I'm not letting her go in no group home. Because first of all, my daughter's autistic, guys. She's nonverbal. She can't even talk to call. She can't pick up the phone and call me. Say, Mom, how you doing? I'm doing well in here. They treat me good in here. Well, she can't pick up the call and say, Mom, I'm not doing good. They not treating me good. I want to come home. She can't pick up the phone and tell me that. Because she's nonverbal. My daughter was born nonverbal. She can't even talk. Now, mind you, she do talk sign language sometimes, but she can't talk verbally out of her mouth to say words like that. She be trying to say words sometimes. Like she'll say, instead of Mom, she'll say no. She'll say, no. You know, she tried to call me Mom. She said, no. You know, my daughter can't talk like that to be away from me and the family. So I would be worried myself sick if I would put my daughter in one of those places and don't know how she's doing or how she's getting treated. And then some of those places probably abuse your kids. And I do not want my child being abused by no one on this earth, because I will literally hit the roof over my baby. I love my kids. I don't want a soul on this earth hurting my kids. My kids mean the world to me. They are precious to me. And I know you mothers out there that have kids, I know you get where I'm coming from because you got kids yourself. No good mother out here, or father, abusing and hurting their children. I'm one of them mothers. I'm very overprotective over my kids, and I don't want nobody hurting my babies. Because when they hurt, I hurt. You know, and so I don't want nobody hurting my kids. And no mother out here should have to endure that with their children. So since my daughter's nonverbal and cannot talk, guys, I'm not letting her go. And then plus, on top of that, my daughter been around me her whole life. She's been around me and my whole entire family her whole life. She wouldn't even know how to function without her family. Because I had her whole life. I never in my life gave my daughter away to a group home and no one else. And I'm not finna start doing it now. When parents get pregnant and start having kids, when God bless you with kids, your job is to raise your children and take care of your children and protect your children. Not let nobody else raise them, but to raise them yourself. You're not supposed to let the system raise them. You're not supposed to let the group home raise them. You're not supposed to let nobody raise and take care of your children but you. That becomes your job when you get pregnant and start having them babies. I feel like some parents put their kids in them places to get rid of them because they don't want to be bothered with them. They don't want to be bothered with their disabled child. So they put them in one of them homes and make somebody else be bothered with them. But me, no, that's my baby. God gave her. God gave me to her and her to me. That's my job to take care of her. And that's my job to be there for her. The day I got pregnant with her and carried her 9 months and had her, it's not the group home job to take care of my responsibility of my child. Now, they do got a lot of programs out here to help you in assisting your child. Now, I will take on some of the programs that they have offered me. They have offered me a nurse to come out 5-6 days a week to help me with her 8 hours a day. They offer me extra funding, extra checks to come in to help make sure me and my daughter is straight and make sure all of my bills continue being paid. They offer me that. So they got a lot of programs for disabled people, guys. A lot of programs. And for you parents out here, if you got a disabled child, you don't know about different programs. They got so many different programs that'll help you with your child. It's, they got, you guys need to, and if you have not took advantage of that, you guys need to take advantage of that. So, no. And then it's so funny because it just brought back memories of when my daughter was little. I found out my daughter was disabled when she was 1.5 years old. Because my daughter was 1.5 years old, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, couldn't crawl. She couldn't do nothing. So I knew something was wrong with my child. So what I did was I called the hospital and talked to a pediatric doctor at the hospital. And I told them she was 1.5, couldn't talk, couldn't walk, couldn't crawl, couldn't do nothing, couldn't even hold on bottom. They told me something was wrong with her. And they told me to bring her in. And I took her into the hospital. They ran all type of tests on her. First, they diagnosed my daughter with cerebral palsy, which is a brain disease that I had never in life heard of until then. And then years later, when she got reevaluated, they ran more tests on her. They found out that she had autism spectrum disorder. It was not cerebral palsy. So somebody misdiagnosed my daughter when she was younger. They found out she had she's autism. She has autism spectrum disorder. She was not cerebral palsy. Okay, so they tried to get me to put her in a group home then when she was little. They tried to offer me to put her in a group home. And my family hit the roof. I told them, I said, no, my daughter not going to a group home. If God would not want you to have that child, he would not have gave you that child. I don't care if that child is disabled, has cerebral palsy, autism spectrum disorder, Down syndrome, what they call that other disease, ADHD, D, whatever that is, whatever this disability your child have, if God did not want you to have this disabled child, he would not have gave you that child. So your job as a mother, when you have your children, no matter what they was born with, is to raise and take care and protect your own children. Not let the system raise them, not let the group home raise them. That's your job to raise them. You don't put them in a place and let somebody else raise them. Keep from being bothered with them yourself. Then they got some parents out here that's ashamed of their disabled child. They be ashamed and embarrassed by them. And I don't know why, because God gave you that baby. Kids are a blessing no matter what they come out with. They are blessed and they are yours. And your job is to love them, nurture them, raise them, take care of them. No matter what they was born with, they still yours. And you're not supposed to be ashamed of nothing God give you, because God don't make no mistakes. I've never been ashamed of my daughter. When my daughter was growing up as a child, I took her to church. I took all my kids to church every Sunday. Took her to the grocery store. Just took my kids everywhere. Me and my kids went somewhere everywhere. Family vacations, different restaurants. Me and my kids went somewhere everywhere through the years. And when they tried to offer me a group home when she was little, my mother and my mom and my sisters and my brothers, they was like, oh no. My mom was like, no, ain't no group home raising her. She come from a very large family that'll help you raise and take care of her. She don't need no group home. She got a family that love her. My family's so overprotective over that girl. They so overprotective over her. They overprotective over all my children and my grandbaby. But they super overprotective over her, Treyanna, because she's autistic. She can't talk. They are so overprotective over that girl. They don't want a soul on this earth even look like they want to put her somewhere else, because they ain't going for it. Because like my mama said, she come from a big old family that'll help me take care of her. She come from a big old family that'll help me raise and take care of her. They said that when she was little. She come from a very large family that love her, that will help you raise and take care of her. She don't need no group home and no one else to raise her. When you have your children, the group home not supposed to raise your kids. That's your job to raise your kids. That's your job to take care of your kids. The system ain't supposed to be raising your babies. Something you gave birth to and had. That's your job. And if you find yourself once in a while getting frustrated because your child is disabled, get on them, drop on them knees and pray, honey. Get on your knees and pray to God. And ask God to heal your baby and make your baby better. Take away the agitation, frustration, whatever they're feeling. God is a healer and He is a deliverer. You don't come up with no reason, no excuse to give away your kid. That is not a valid reason on this earth to give away your child. I don't care what your kid was born with. That's your job to put up with that kid. That's your kid. You the one laid down and got pregnant with that kid. Not the group home. So yeah, I just told him, I was like, no, I'm not giving my kid to no one on the earth. She been with me her whole life, and she gonna continue being with me her whole life. My daughter ain't finna be nowhere else. Well, I don't know how she's getting treated, how she's getting taken care of, and nothing else. And then my family wouldn't go for nothing like that nowhere. My mother never hit the roof. My mom lived like, heck no. My granddaughter ain't going nada. That's my mom. My mom be like, heck no. That girl ain't going nowhere. That's what her family is for. To help take care of her. That's why she got a mama, siblings, grandmama, granddaddy, aunties, uncles, all of them. You know what I'm saying? That's what her family is for. They help take care of her. Not the group home. God gave that girl to us to love, nurture, take care, be there for. To us. And I had plenty, I'm not gonna lie, I was blessed because I had plenty of help with her growing up. I had plenty of help with all my kids, but especially her. I had a lot of help with my daughter. And right now, to this day, I can go to a family event with my kids and my grandbaby. My family's so overprotective over her because she's autistic. My baby sister and my cousin them at the family reunion or family picnic, family barbecue, whatever the event may be, and we go to that family event, my baby sister gets my daughter and keep my daughter with her all day, the whole entire day, her and my cousin them. They take her off my hand and give me a break and keep her all day with them. And if a family friend or somebody that's not blood come to the family event, and they go up to my sister and tell my sister, look, let me take Treyanna and hey Treyanna, hey, how you doing? Let me take Treyanna and go get her a pop or something. My sister's like, no. Ain't nobody taking my niece nowhere. She want a pop, I'll take her get a pop. Ain't nobody taking my niece nowhere. My sister don't let no one on the earth take that girl from her. And she'll keep my daughter with her all day till it's time for me to go home. And then she'll give my daughter back to me, and I'll bring her home. I want somebody who have my kid. When, like I said, I don't let a lot of people keep her no way. I want somebody that keep my disabled daughter is my grown kids, because they got their own place, my mother, my sisters, and my brother, and my grown nieces and nephews. They can keep her. Because these are the people that I know that love her and will not mistreat her. You know what I'm saying? I'm picky about who I let keep my daughter. Because I don't want her to get hurt by no one. And she can't talk. Like my mom said, she can't talk to tell it. So, therefore, it's our job to protect her and keep her safe and make sure she's not mistreated or abused or none of that. And let her be around people that's going to treat her good, you know, that's going to love her and treat her right. So, yeah. The doctor says she's coming home next week. And I do miss my baby because I can't go out to the hospital and visit her because of COVID. I'm not able to go visit her, guys. But I do miss my baby tremendously. I really do. I love my daughter. She's funny. She's a lot of fun. You know, even though she's autistic and she's nonverbal, she's still a lot of fun. And she's very well loved by me and my family. Very well loved. And everybody's very overprotective over her. Very. So, yeah. So, no, I'm not letting my daughter go to no group home. Not at all. Because, first of all, I don't know how they're going to treat her. And then they strangers. Putting her in a place with 8 people. That they strangers. My daughter don't know them people. Then you don't even know how they're going to treat her. You don't know if she can get abused. She can't even talk to tell you if somebody treating her right or not. So, therefore, I'm not taking no chances, guys. I'm not putting my daughter in a place and take a chance on her getting abused and she can't even talk to even tell me somebody's mistreating her. No, I don't think so. I love my daughter too much for that. That's not the best idea for her. So therefore, she will be at home with me, and she'll be going to my other kids' house. They got their own place, because she goes back and forth. I have her sometimes they have her. Or my mom, if she want to keep her, my sisters want to keep her, they can get her. My brother want to keep her, because my brother is so funny, because my brother is a deacon, his wife is an evangelist. They got her spoiled riding. They got her spoiled too. And when she go to his house, they treat her like a baby. He be picking her up, putting her shoes on and everything. Because she gets over there, she don't be wanting to come home. When it's time for her to come home, she kick her shoes off, take her coat, throw it somewhere. So he treat her like a baby. He picks her up, sit on the couch, put her shoes on, put her coat on, and he be laughing. Him and his wife both be laughing. They be like, his wife is even, my sister-in-law, she's so soft-spoken because she got this little light voice. She be like, sis, she didn't want to come home. So we had to pick her up, put her shoes, stuff on, her coat on. She said, Treyanna said, I ain't going nowhere. I don't care what y'all say. My brother be the same way. Treyanna like, I ain't going home, care what y'all say. She love her family, and she love being in my sister in them house, my brother in them house, because they all spoils her. They got her spoiled rotten. She's very spoiled. I'm not going to lie, she's spoiled. The whole family, the family spoiled her. And through the years, like I said, I raised my kids in church. I had a lot of help at church with the pastors and their wives and the people in the church. They helped me out a lot with that girl. You know, they knew she was disabled. I had a lot of help from different pastors. I had a lot of help from different first ladies. She had a lot of prayers, and she used to get agitated. She used to get agitated sometime in church and start crying, and the pastor would have me bring her up to the altar, and they would put the oil on her, lay hands on her, and pray over her. Now, one time she got agitated in church. She was crying through the service. My old bishop, he was like, bring her up here and let me pray. He was crazy about her. He said, bring our little one up here and let us pray for her. Then I would take her to the altar. And my daughter, sometimes she used to get nervous. When she's crowded by people, she used to get nervous. So when I took her to the altar to get prayer, people was crowding her, and she started getting nervous, and Bishop was like, give me your hand, Treyanna, give me your hand. And Treyanna did like this. She gave him her hand, then she jumped back like this. And then, I guess because everybody was around her, crowding her, he's like, y'all back off. Don't be crowding this baby, because y'all know she easy to get nervous. And Bishop needs to pray over her. She ain't going to let Bishop pray over her. She nervous. So I need y'all to don't crowd her and just bag off a little. And she going to come to me on her own, because she know Bishop love her. My old pastor, my old bishop used to say. And sure enough, they would bag off. And he'll do this. Come on, Treyanna, let Bishop pray over you. Bishop love you, and Jesus love you too. And then she'll take his hand like this. and lay her hand on his hand, and then hold her hand. And then she'll go on over there to him, and then he'll put the oil on and pray for her. She will always go to him and his wife. Every time I take her to the altar, she will always let him and his wife lay hands on her. And this was a Church of God in Christ that I was a member of back then. But yeah, she was crazy. My bishop and his wife, they was crazy about my daughter. I had a lot, because I had a lot of help with her. I had a lot of help with my daughter, with my family. I had a lot of help with her with different pastors and bishops and stuff, and first ladies and stuff. They've been knowing me for years. I don't care when I would go to church, I would get a lot of help with that girl. A lot of help. I didn't have to worry about nothing. And I didn't even ask them for help. They would help me on their own. They would help me on their own. And they kept her lifted up in prayer all the time. Yeah, I get a lot of help with her. I was blessed through the years. I ain't gonna lie, I was blessed through the years. I had so many preachers and pastors and bishops and evangelists and stuff reached out to me and offered to help me with my daughter. And, I don't care when I go to church with her. Sometimes I wouldn't take her to the altar. They would just have me bring her up there just to lay hands on her anyway to make sure she okay, and stuff like that. So I was blessed through the years beyond measure. I really truly was. I was blessed with my kids. I had pastors that, would give me and buy my kids stuff for Christmas. I was blessed. Give us money, gift certificates, let's give me all types of stuff for my kids. Growing up, they did. They used to give me all type of stuff, different pastors and stuff, and a lot of times I wouldn't even ask for it. They do it on their own. They used to bless. They used to bless me and my kids. And my pastor the same way. Even though my church closed right now because of COVID, my church been closed literally about a year because of COVID. My pastor had to shut the church down. He do online streaming service, but my church is closed. My church been closed over a year. I've been a member of my church for 13 years, since 2008. Me and my kids been a member there, but my church is literally closed down because of COVID. So we're not able to get up and go to church. My church is closed. But even though my church is closed, if I call the church right now, my pastor gonna pray for me. He gonna lift up me and my kids in prayer. Trust and believe he is. Because he loved me and my kids. Him and his wife, the first lady, they love me and my kids. They love us. And they always tell us they love us. Yeah, so anyway, guys, I just wanted to do a little breakfast mukbang and talk to you guys. Get you guys up there on my daughter. They said my daughter will be coming home next week. Yeah, she'll be coming home next week from the hospital. And I called this morning and checked on her, talked to the nurse, and the nurse said she's doing okay. She's doing better. She just got to eating breakfast, and they finna give her a therapy section. Yeah, they finna give her a therapy section. They got her therapist up in there to help her with her, I guess, they got her therapy, getting therapy up in there. I guess because she's been so agitated and stuff, they trying to, have somebody to help her. They got different people up in there helping her. But yeah, they said she'll be home next week, so I'm going to keep the faith, I'm going to trust God, believe God, I'm going to keep on praying for my daughter to get better. Anyway, guys, so I caught myself doing a breakfast mukbang, but I didn't even eat it all. I never do. Most of the time when I get on here, I don't eat all my food because I'm easy to get full for some reason. I don't even have much of an appetite because, like I said yesterday and the other day, I felt so down in my spirit over my baby being in the hospital. And I cried yesterday, and then on top of that, the same day I took her to the emergency room, guys, I lost my phone, I lost my cell phone, and a couple days later, I lost my door keys. I was like, Jesus, take the wheel. I was like, Jesus, take the wheel. This can't be happening, But I had buy me another cell phone, and I ended up finding my door keys yesterday. So I couldn't even go back out to the hospital the next day because the nurse was telling me that I can come back the next day after my daughter got admitted in I could bring her some pajamas and stuff like that. You know, if I want to bring her own gown, home pajamas to walk, you know, to put on in the hospital while she's in there, I can do that. But I can't go out there and regularly visit her because of COVID. And that's another thing that made me feel down. I can't even go visit my daughter. I wanted to go out there so bad yesterday, guys, and couldn't. That's another thing that hurted me and made me feel down because I was missing my daughter. I couldn't go visit her, and because of COVID, they would not let me come visit my baby. Anyway, guys, I'm ending this video right now. I got a giveaway coming up for you guys this month. I'm going to bless you guys before the money is out. I got another giveaway coming up soon. I'm going to make a video letting you guys know the exact day I'm going to do my giveaway. I'm going to bless some people soon. This month, it's another giveaway. I'm going to let you guys know when I do it. I'm bless 3-4 people. And I'm going to let you guys know how much I'm going to bless people's with. Now, be mindful. I do it randomly. You know, whoever God put on my heart to bless, I do it randomly. I do my giveaways randomly. You know, I never know who I'm gonna pick. You know, some people ask me to, you know, bless them with some money, and I told them I would, you know, but I got some true supporters on here. And I thank you guys for truly 100% rocking with me all the way. I got 150,000 views so far. I'm grateful for that. I appreciate you guys for your love and your support. So yeah, I'm gonna do another giveaway, and tomorrow, guys, I'm doing a cooking vlog tomorrow for you guys. I got another recipe meal coming. I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm going to cook, but I'm going to get in the kitchen and throw down tomorrow for you guys. I'm going to do another cooking vlog tomorrow, another recipe meal. So, yeah. So, I'm doing that on tomorrow. Anyway, guys, so I'm just about done with this video. I love you guys. You guys are my family. You guys are my faves. Y'all call people y'all love my faves. Y'all my faves. Y'all my favorite people. Oops. But yeah, y'all my favorite people. I love y'all. So comment, subscribe, like, share, hit the post notification button. Stay on this journey with me. You guys are my family. You guys rock. I see you guys in the next vlog. Love you guys. Peace.